temporarily from the bayou of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, April 16th, 2016. Silver is trading at $16.23 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,234 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $434. Antiwar.com reports at the sidelines of the spring meeting of the IMF and World Bank, Iran's central bank governor is in Washington, D.C., pushing for the U.S. and European Union to honor their commitments under the terms of the P5+1 nuclear deal. Since the deal went into effect in January, the international community was obliged to unfreeze large amounts of Iranian assets held abroad. Much of that money was to be spent on modernizing Iran's economy after decades of sanctions. The money is unfrozen, at least on paper, but moving it around and spending it is proving to be extremely difficult, as the Obama administration has seen pressuring global banks to continue to refuse to do business with Iran and openly declaring Iran forbidden to use U.S. dollars in any way. A lot of EU banks that have no legal obstacle to do business with Iran fear that doing so will lead to U.S. punishment, and even though the Treasury Department initially insisted that was not the case, the Obama administration has since been very vague on the matter. Iran's central bank governor is urging U.S. and EU officials to do more to assure the banking community that the nuclear deal is very much still in place and that the banks can give Iran access to their frozen funds abroad and can do everything that the terms of the deal say they can do. Absent that, Iran warns that the nuclear deal breaks up under its own terms, and with the U.S. seemingly pushing so hard to not honor the deal, the Western nations looking forward to doing business with Iran won't have to look far to find someone to blame. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports as tax day looms, more Americans are complaining about the amount of money they have to pay to the government. In a survey conducted by Gallup, 57% of those polled stated that they were paying too much in taxes. That's a rise in 6 percentage points from just a year ago and the highest dissatisfaction rate in 15 years since a major tax cut was introduced by George W. Bush's administration. When people were asked if they felt the amount they were paying in taxes was unfair, 47% said yes. That's a 7-point increase from last year and up 13% from 10 years ago. Views on taxation varied greatly according to political allegiance. While 44% of Democrats said their tax bill was too high, 77% of Republicans complained about the amount they had to pay to Uncle Sam. The deadline for filing tax returns to the IRS this year is Monday, April 18th. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Bitcoin Not Bombs. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. Reuters reports a Los Angeles high school on Friday opened the first gender-neutral restroom in the nation's second-largest school district and likely the state, in a move geared towards accommodating transgender students. Santee Education Complex converted a second-floor girls' restroom after the campus's Gay-Straight Alliance gathered some 700 signatures on a petition calling for the change during a heated national debate over transgender rights. North Carolina's governor in March signed into law a measure barring transgender people from using bathrooms consistent with their gender identity, touching off widespread criticism from corporate, entertainment, and sports leaders. Los Angeles Unified School District is the second largest U.S. public school district with more than 1,000 schools and educational centers, plus 53 affiliated charter schools. So-called bathroom bills like the one passed in North Carolina have fueled debate about privacy, religious freedom, and equal rights, and drawn stern reaction from major corporations and entertainers who call them discriminatory. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.